Here is the difference between buying your first home with a 5% deposit, 10% deposit, 15% deposit, or 20% deposit. I suggest you save this video because I'm going to go into a lot of detail. So let's assume you see a house, it's $1 million, and that's how much you're going to have to pay for it, deposit and lending. And let's just say the interest rates at the time for 1 year, 4.5%. So if you go in with a 5% deposit, you're going to need $50,000, which means you're borrowing $950,000. The margin that the bank will add on to the interest rate is 1.2% if there is a bank that will give you that lending, which means your interest rate is going to be 5.7%, and it's going to cost you around $1,272 per week. The only exception is if you're going Kāinga Ora, which means the interest rate will be the same, and there are some other rules, and I've done that in a different video, so go find that one. If you buy for 10% deposit, however, you will be borrowing $900,000. You'll only get 0.75 added on to your base interest rate, which means it's 5.25%, and will cost you $1,146 per week. There is an exception for new builds with this, which basically means the margin is not being added on, so you'll get that rate as well, but that is only at one specific bank. Then let's go to 15% deposit. So you're putting in 150K deposit, borrowing 850, your margin is less, your interest rate is therefore less, and your repayment is therefore less, $1,034 per week. And finally, 20% deposit. That's 200K, borrowing 800,000. There is no margin added on because that is the special rate that you'll be getting, which means your payment is about $935 per week. You can see the difference. And the one thing that you need to think about is it worth waiting for you to save the difference between 10% to 20%? Because you can assume that house prices are going to go up at least 5% per year, which means that house could be $1.05 million. And how long is it going to take for you to save that difference? Follow for more tips.